Hi all, this will be something about battery balancing. This is 9-volt mini S Plus battery that is broken and the BMS is a problem here, so I had to disconnect it from the BMS, and what I did now is solder all these wires because I want to check if the battery is balanced. Of course you can do it with regular multimeter and to check if everything is balanced, but in this case I ordered this NEEY balancer that should be something very interesting. So let's try to connect it now after I connected 14 cells. Okay, you hear that it is beeping. This is a 14 cells battery, and now let's try to connect the app that I already installed. And you can see here, maybe I will focus better. Okay, so I'm now trying to connect to the battery. Yeah, and it is connected. Now I will move the battery, but it is connected to the battery, and we will go over the details and see what this balancer is capable of. It is working with Bluetooth to this let's say main unit and the battery, so I will put it here aside and I will do a zoom. So we will be able to see all the data and try to remove the reflections. Okay, so you see here it's not equalizing yet. We can go to the setting menu and then we can decide what is the number of cells. This is the 14 on the top, and the difference between the cells I can change it to the minimum is 2 millivolt. I will put, let's say, 4 millivolt, and then you press the setting. So it is beeping, as you can see. The equalizer current is now 1 amp. This unit is between 1 to 4 amp. And then we have the stop voltage and the run voltage. And this is the maximum current of the battery. This is not 100 amp hour. This battery is much smaller, but it doesn't matter. You can change the buzzer, and that's all. And now we'll go back to the status and I will show you what is happening. So here in the menu window we can see the voltage of each cell between 1 to 14. And we can see the total voltage of the battery, the maximum battery voltage and the minimum battery voltage. And then we have the diff. You can see the diff is now 11 millivolt, and temperature is not connected. I don't know how to check. Maybe it's the temperature of the unit itself, not sure about it. Now we set to 4 millivolt, so when we will do the equalization, it will change each cell till the difference between the cells will be 4 millivolt. It will do basically the balancing. And how it is doing it, this is what is called active balancing. Active balancing is something that is used to balance between the cells. I put it here so you will see that when I start you will see the green blinking, the green LED blinking, and now it is doing all the work and trying to balance all the cells to be with minimal voltage difference between them. So I will leave it like this for a few hours and then we come back. You see that it was 11 millivolt. By the way, this was around 100 millivolt before I started to check this unit. it looks very impressive. And about balancing not always work, because sometimes you have already problem with the cells, and for example, the internal resistance is different between the cells. So if you draw a lot of current from all the cells, so the one with higher internal resistance will be less good in this case. So anyway, if you have change in the cells themselves, even if you do balancing, it's not always work. Most of the time it doesn't really work because it's a cell problem, but it's something that's worth doing before coming to conclusion if you have to replace cells or not. So now we leave it for a few hours and then come back. Okay, this is a few hours later, it's about 3 hours, and let's see what we have. First, I found that this application can work also on iPhone. The name of the application is NEEY. Yeah, NEEY. And you can see that the diff now is 2 millivolt. I will stop the balancing. When you are stopping the balancing, usually the cells change a little, so it can be that it will change a few millivolt, but as you can see, the battery is now in a very balanced condition, let's say, and it did the work perfectly. And how do you connect the cells? It's very simple. You are starting for the most negative cells, and then each cell is, and so on. So this is how it works. You start from the negative to the most positive, and you solder one wire on each cell, and this is all you have to do. So it is very good in order to keep your cells healthy. If you have a battery, it will be better that all the cells will be balanced, even though it will not always help if you have a problem with the battery. But if, let's say, you have a small problem and the battery can act okay, so it can make your battery to work longer life. So hope you enjoy. Is that all for now? Thank you and bye.